Rabbeinu Bechaye says in his Chovos HaLevavos that there are only two paths that a person can choose from. And there's a huge difference between these two paths. So growing up in Florida, as I did, there's one image that comes to mind first, and that is the tremendous lines at a Disney theme park in Orlando. Right? At any given attraction, you can expect to wait, or at least when I was growing up, you can expect to wait 40 minutes at least, with hundreds of people ahead of you in line. But since we frequented Disney, we lived there, we quickly discovered that there's a secret that will help you bypass all of the lines. You'll get to the front of the line in a snap. And that secret is, bring Savta. My dear grandmother, she came with us to Disney once, and thank God she was in good health at the time, but she was in her 70s, maybe 80s, and understandably it's hard for her to wait around in those long lines for 40 minutes or more. And the Disney staff also realized this, so as they saw us approaching Splash Mountain, and they took one look at Savta, they quickly swept us up, and on eagle's wings, took us by the hundreds of people waiting in line, right up to the front, and we went straight onto the ride. It was an unbelievable discovery, and the rest of the day we had to just convince Savta she wanted to go on the same ride 4 or 5 times, and we had a wonderful time. The Chovos HaLevavos says, there are two paths you can choose from. You can choose to be close to Hashem and trust only in Him and rely on Him for everything, or you could choose to place your trust in other things that are not Hashem, in natural things, in money, in influential people, in medicine. He says if you take the latter path, then good luck. Hashem will respond in kind, and He'll just leave it up to those natural forces, and whatever happens, happens. Sometimes it turns out good. Sometimes you'll get stuck in line for 40 minutes, proverbially speaking. Or you can choose to trust in Hashem. And if you trust in God, He guarantees He will pay you special attention, hashgacha pratit. And He'll concern Himself with your benefit. He'll lift you up on eagle's wings, and you'll bypass all of those uncomfortable experiences of life, all of those hardships that are destined to come one day or another when you're living on a natural plane. You will now be on a supernatural plane, close to God, under His wing. And the Chovos HaLevavos says each of us has to make this choice at every moment of our life, because inevitably we have to trust in something. And if it's not going to be Hashem, we will be placing our trust in other things. In our security, whether it's financial or physical. But where is that security coming from? That's the question. We're now in the month of Elul, and these are spiritually charged days with enormous potential. And naturally, we want to know, is there something we should be focusing on? What can we do to be preparing? We're leading up to the holidays of Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, and the days of Awe in between and beyond. So what should we be doing during these days? There's so much that we could possibly focus on. So the truth is, there's a long-standing tradition, and every day we read chapter 27 of Tehillim, LaDavid Hashem Ori. Every day, twice a day, for over a month, we read the same chapter of Tehillim again and again and again. So we can assume that there is a precise prescription over here that the rabbis had in mind, and they wanted us to focus on the messages of this chapter. So over the coming videos, we'll use this forum to mine some of the precious gems that fill this chapter of Tehillim. In today's first installment, just to kick it off, I wanted to highlight what, according to the Malbim and others, is the primary theme of the entire chapter 27 of Tehillim. And that is the special attention and hashgacha that's given to a person who trusts only in Hashem. I'll read it to you in the Malbim's words. They are priceless. He says, Hadavek bo tidbak bo hashgacha tmidit v'tishmeru mikol hapgaim. The one who cleaves to Hashem will have constant hashgacha, which means constant special attention and treatment from Hashem, which will protect him from all harm. And therefore, he says, you don't have to be worried about anything, as we'll go on to see in the coming videos. So for now, that is the precious message from the Chovos HaLevavos and from the Malbim, and it's something to think about as we go through LaDavid again and again and again in the coming days, that who do we trust and what do we trust? There's only two options. It's either to place your trust in whatever or to trust in Hashem. And obviously the latter path is the one that will be more fruitful and better for us. Have a wonderful day.